of us, there burns the fury of a warrior. In every generation, a few are chosen to prove it.
One of you three will decide the outcome of the tournament.
Three strangers will travel to the mystical realm of Outworld to defend our people against Shang Tsung.
You will die.
And his forces of darkness in an ancient tournament. One more victory.
Your soul is mine.
And our world is theirs.
It has begun!
You can't run from me, Shang!
I don't need to run.
The structure of the movie was kind of like the old winter crossover films, where the movie is split into three parts. One part about the currently running season, the second part is about the season that just ended, and the finale is the crossover between the two. But here it's kind of different, because the first 30-ish minutes of the film was very much surrounding the revice cast, and when we get to the Geats part, the cast gets around 10 minutes alone, and straight after, both the revice and the Ryuki riders enter the Geats part and semi-take over until the final part of the film that transforms the game from the Desire Grand Prix to the Desire Royale. The revice part is set up a couple of years after the finale of Revice. Iki still doesn't remember Vice, but he does know about him. The biggest change in the cast is the Igarashis have a new baby brother. One night, a rift in the sky appears, similar to the one from the finale of Revice when the Igarashis defeated Gif. And from it came two aliens that their planet was destroyed by Gif. They were recruited by the Game Master Kolos to track down the baby Igarashi and take his devil. And when the two aliens discover where the Igarashi are staying, they try to take the baby. The Igarashi siblings try to defend their baby brother. They get defeated and Iki almost dies. But he manages to survive by making a contract with the devil, bringing him back from the quote-unquote dead and bringing Vice along with him. They fight the aliens and defeat them, but the Game Master Kolos gets his hand on the baby's demon. This part was kind of fine. From time to time it was really good. Nothing really inoffensive, but nothing really bad. I thought a lot of the character interactions were really fun, specifically seeing the siblings kind of more grown up talking to each other, talking about their experience fighting was really fun. The fight scenes were also really great, and also if I talk about something with Revice, I need to talk about how much I love the Overdemon suit, and I was very happy to see my favorite Overdemons user go get an upgrade with Get Overdemons. And I actually really like that suit. It's actually really good looking. And I'm actually kind of upset that it didn't got enough screen time to my liking. So if, Tamashii Nation really wants to release the Get Over Demons SH figure arts, I would buy it. And for the Geats part, it takes place between episode 15 to 16, with Azuma just dying in episode 15 and Girori still being the Game Master. But Azuma actually got revived because of Kolos. Once a former Game Master that somehow still remembers his time being a Game Master and also still exists? Question mark? I'm saying that because we don't know what happens to former Game Masters and what's happening to them after they, let's say, get retired, because we still don't know what the hell happened to Girori. He just disappeared from the season, and he was never mentioned again by any character. And somehow Carlos got into the little dimension thing that, you know, the DGP players are getting sent off to, and he takes Girori's vision driver that someone still remembers his fingerprints, because I'm not sure if any equipment would still have your data after you get fired, but fine. And he hacks Tsurumi to make her... Oh, I am looking respectfully. And somehow Niram approves his wish for a world without the DGP. Niram is the worst damn producer ever. Okay, let me rant for a small little bit about Ace's current wish, because it's the same as Carlos. Ace having the same wish as him makes Ace looks dumb, because now we know that, okay, you wish for a world without the DGP, something else is going to replace it. So it makes Ace's character, being this guy that is 10 steps ahead, look actually really dumb now. And I hope maybe he lies about his wish, and his wish is actually to revive Mitsune. But if it's actually a world without the DGP, oh boy, this makes Ace looks even dumber. With a new game master, a slightly different version of Tsurumi, and an announcer with George, the DGP has a new game, and that is the Devil Marathon. They need to take Baby Igarashi's Devil from one spot to another without the revice riders taking it back, while they have two other obstacles in the way, with the Yamato area closing in and the rider assassins being Knight, Oja, and Ryuga. It was really interesting to see that Keiwa also has an inner demon of his own, but also his inner demon wants world peace. So what's the difference? He's dressed like Kagero? That's the only difference? Okay. Both Neon and Sakura's actresses actually had great chemistry together, and I did really enjoy both of them interacting with each other. And with Iki actually remembering the final scene in Revice where Ace got the Revice buckle, and with Sakura actually mentioning Neon TV, it means that both Revice and Geats, for some odd reason, exist in the same universe. If the movies and the shows were actually consistent with each other, this world is fucked. From devils to weird battle royals, from peoples from the future. Damn, I don't want to live in this Japan. But sadly, with the cease of the Ryuki riders, the King of Elves of both Geats and Revice, Keiwa and Daiji get eliminated, along with Sakura, Neon, and Azuma. The only riders that actually survive is Iki, Vice, and Ace, after Iki and Ace had a heart-to-heart about the baby devil. And when they reach the finish line, in the stupidest way possible, relieving the entire situation from its tension, they get qualified to the Desire Royale. This is where we actually get to see Kamiya transform into Kamen Rider Seeker. Really cool looking suit. I really do love the Power Builder buckle with the Seeker suit. It just works a lot better than with the Geats suit. Kamiya was actually undefeated when Carlos was a game master. So pretty much maybe both of them retired around the same time, both as a player and as a game master. And also that means when Kamiya was actually playing the DGP, Ace didn't compete in it. And that's a really cool detail now with the knowledge of knowing that Ace didn't compete in every DGP. Kamiya was once a great MMA fighter. Oh, yes, AAA, of course, the very notable MMA Federation. Yes, of course, I do know the MMA fighter Kenny Omega and Vikingo, and the MMA tag team the Lucha Brothers. Of course, I know MMA, as you can see. Kamiya was forced to retire because of allegation of assault. His dad is a politician, and when Kamiya would win the Desire Royale, his wish is for his dad to rule over Japan as a dictator. The second part of the film was fine, very heavy on the action, not enough character interaction to my liking, but fine. The third part is similar to the second part, being heavy on the action, with some small bits of character interactions, with Ace saving Girori from the DGP jail, and Iki realizing that Vice is on borrowed time until he disappears again, giving us the reason why he and Iki are using Desire drivers. We did get to see some of the actors from Ryuki coming back while they were writing their wishes alongside Kamiya, and the main part of this act is the Desire Royal begins. It was a great action scene, big and bombastic, having so many riders pretty much fighting each other while Seeker was going to the rift to open it. And at the same time, we had Kalos and Girori fight. In a really cool sword battle, Girori did win in the most less gruesome way of shanking someone with a big katana, and he did get to transform into Glare, this being his second transformation into Glare 1. Gosh, the Glare suits are, in my opinion, grossly underutilized in the show, and Girori reset the game back to the DGP, being the Seeker game, where Seeker is the final boss and they need to reach to him and defeat him. He also brings back all of the eliminated riders to have them fight against the assassin riders. In some point in the fight, Kido actually comes out of the mirror world to fight his mirror self Ryuga, while both Ace and Iki fight and defeat Kamiya, making them dual winners. Iki doesn't really know or doesn't really care about what they write in the Desire card, so Ace writes for both of them. Ace tells Kamiya to come back to the game when he would want to fight for his ideal world. Kamiya is a very interesting character, being almost like a combination of Ace and Neon, being an undefeated player, and having someone in a very high position in their family knowing someone in a very high position of the DGP. And it kind of was very sad to see how much his dad doesn't really care about him and uses him way more as a tool for him to actually advances his political career forward. How much probably his dad is also kind of a piece of shit, because in the end of the film he was arrested. It was kind of hinted at that Kamiya's wins at previous DGPs led his siblings to win their political careers, and the way that Kamiya's character got his send-off feels like he might be returning, maybe this arc. But who knows? Vice surprisingly disappears again. But Ace tells Iki, after he discovers that each and every time that Vice disappears, he forgets about his previous fights. He tells them what he wrote in the Desire card, and that is for Iki to remember his previous battles, which was actually really wholesome. So that means that Iki actually remembers Vice. And it's kind of weird because doesn't it negate the loophole in Vice's contract with Iki? Because he still remembers him? So that means that now Iki is going to start forgetting about his family again? Is that what's going to happen in the Demons and Evil and Live movie? I didn't watch it, so I don't know. Or because it was a wish in the DGP, it negates the entire contract. And somehow the DGP is stronger than a contract with a devil. I'm not even going to try to overthink more about that. So now it's kind of weird to see the movie with the show's context, because we are 30-ish episode deep into Geats, and the way that the movie wrote the Desire Royale next to the show is interesting. The movie kind of falls more to the entertainment side. Carlos wanted it to be an entertaining battle royale between pretty much humans and aliens, while in the show it's this big battle royale that's going to pretty much define how Earth is going to be before, you know, the DGP would just leave this era to another. I wish we got more character interactions with the entire cast. Specifically, the scene between Keiwa and Kiro is something that I would love to see in full, and most of the Ryuki cast was kind of wasted, and the movie never really explained how the Ryuki writers came into play, like how Kalos actually kind of came to them and say, hey, you want to fight? You want your desire to be a Finn? It was never explained. But hey, Girori was the highlight of the movie in my opinion. It was great to see him, and the revice and vice suits using the desire drivers actually looked not half bad. If they want to release SH figure arts of them too, I would probably buy them too. In conclusion, it was a fun film. It had some great action scenes, short but great character interactions, not that great CG,
Nice fucking models!
and terrible editing. I am not going to forgive you, Toei. There is a scene that you can see a stagehand grabbing a vice stamp from Revi and taking it away. And it's not like hidden, you just need to look like couple of centimeters down and you see a hand. Toei, you are a billion-dollar company and your editors are that incompetent, or it's the only shot you got? But yeah, if you watched the Geats revised crossover movie, what you thought about it? Comment below, let me know. Thank you very much for watching this video. Subscribe to my channel if you didn't. Have a great rest of your day.